Do you always trust doctors, and why/why not? Absolutely not. Reason #1 Back in 2000, my dad started having chest pains. They were infrequent, but bad enough that my family could see him physically reacting when they occurred. After the first couple, he went to his doctor and they went through the usual checks. No problem detected. He was sent for a stress test. Passed. Doctor runs out of ideas and says, I don't know what it is, George, but it's not your heart. Decides to schedule my dad for a cardiac catheter anyway. My mom and I took him to the procedure and were in the waiting room 10 to 15 minutes later. Someone comes out with a somber look on their face and asks us to follow them. They had already stopped the test and my dad had already been nicknamed the Widowmaker. The next day, he got a quintuple bypass. Personally I don't, because of personal experience. I've had so many bad associations with them, including my granddad's friend being told he had a common cold by his GP then being diagnosed with pneumonia, my uncle being told he was fine when he had cancer. He died due to it being too far advanced by the time it was diagnosed, even though he went back repeatedly. My own doctor making many mistakes in diagnosis and handling referrals etc. I'm not saying you shouldn't ever take doctor's advice. I just think they get a bit too much CR sometimes. Obviously vaccinate your kids, eat healthy, exercise, and all of that proven advice they pass on. I just would always get a second opinion on bigger issues and follow up if you entrust them with something. Up to a point, there's usually no coordination between them. My podiatrist would have put me on 4x strength ibuprofen forever. My gastroenterologist was happy to prescribe high dosages of omeprazole forever. Between the two of them, my heart and vascular system wouldn't have lasted a decade. Also, when they ask what herbs you're taking, I tend to giggle. It's not like they have a list of pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics in their head for every ingredient in every herb, and are silently calculating. Unless it's one of a half dozen popular herbs, they know nothing about them. No, since they typically don't spend enough time with patients. Assuming they spend any time with us, I've been having bad chest pains and have very high blood sugar according to my roommate's glucose meter, but the 3 doctors I went to didn't even talk to me. I've been having some pretty serious health problems the past year and have been to 3 different doctors' offices, but I haven't talked to a doctor yet. I do. The reason why would be I know a few and can get other opinions too. Most times, if I don't understand, they can explain things to me in a way that makes sense, and between the other doctors I know, they all seem to be very close in what they say. Because I don't understand why I always have to have my pants off around them. I'm here because I broke my finger, so I don't know why you are checking back there. But actually yes, I have had some good ones. I always trust my doctors. Growing up I had some rare medical condition. I was almost an oddity. Fortunately because of that every doctor I have ever had has been very high up and very well respected for their skill and knowledge. No, because the last time I trusted a doctor implicitly, I almost died. Now, I trust but verify. Can you expand a little bit? You've piqued my interest. No, not because I think they're bad people, but because many doctors now are seriously overworked, and they are also human and imperfect. I will refuse to go to the doctor until it is absolutely necessary. Once I commit I will follow all of their advice to a T. I'm waiting for Karen to stop by, so I can downvote them. I always make sure to trust them otherwise I worry too much. I mean, they are more educated than me, so why not? I definitely trust a doctor more than the internet.